Hello Stampers, this is Linda from Linda's Paper Creations. I was playing around today with the new Daisy Delight stamp set, and I came up with this card that I'd like to share with you today. And I'll begin by giving you the measurements and all the supplies I used, but first I'll show you the Daisy Delight bundle. It's quite a good deal in Canada here. You get the Daisy Delight stamp set and the Daisy Punch for $40. Okay, so I used the Daisy Delight stamp set, and what I used was this stamp, this one, and this one. Oh, and this for the inside. Okay, also used the Daisy Punch. The Peekaboo Peach ink pad and the Wisteria Wonder ink pad. The Delightful Daisy Designer Series paper, and I used this one here. Also Wisteria Wonder cardstock, and I don't think this is available anymore, but this is the only Wisteria Wonder ribbon that I had, and it's actually seam binding, so I used some of that. Wink of Stella Clear, and I haven't decided which one I'm going to use, but the clear faceted gems, either the gold or the clear. And in this card here I used Calypso Coral for the background and stamping these, and I used Daffodil Delight. Okay, so we'll begin by assembling this card. I did use a piece of thick Whisper White, my old favorite, because it's quite sturdy to make cards, and I used a 8.5 by 5.5 and scored it 4 1/4. I used 5.5 by 3 1/4 of the Designer Series paper, and then the Wisteria Wonder that I'll be using for this card is actually 3.5 by 5.5. And then I used a stitched square at 2 5/8 square, 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. Also used dimensionals, a couple of scraps of the Whisper White for this sentiment, and I punched out a Wisteria Wonder daisy, and I also stamped a Wisteria Wonder on the thick Whisper White and punched that one, and then I used Peekaboo Peach on this stamp here and then punched it out. Okay, so now we will begin by putting this together. So here we go. We're going to fold and burnish the base of the card, and then I am going to take this Wisteria Wonder and center it and apply that, and I'm going to use snail here. That on, center it as well as you can. There we go. Burnish that, and then we're going to put the DSP on top and just make sure it's going the the correct way. The flowers are going up, and then I'm going to center that. A little hard to see here. There we go. And then I'm going to use some of the dimensionals to put the square. And I'm just using my pick here. And I think I'll put those there, and then one in the middle. And then you just take the contact paper off, if you can get it off. Sometimes in this weather, the heat makes them really super sticky. And then I'm putting it down about, let's just measure for sure. Just a touch over 1/2 inch from the top. Center. And let me just make sure that that's straight. There we go. And then I'm going to lay down just put a little bit of snail on the Wisteria Wonder. I didn't do that on the first card. I just thought when I was cutting things out how nice it would look to have a base. So we'll put that, kind of center it. There we go. And then we'll put the Peekaboo Peach with a dimensional just in the center at the back, like so. And we're going to offset it. It's kind of hard to see. There we go. And then one more dimensional on top of that for the Wisteria Wonder. Just kind of offset it so you can see the bit of the purple there. There we go. And I'm thinking maybe a clear might be really nice on there. So you take one of the largest faceted gems, put it in the middle, and I see it picks up that Wisteria Wonder color. Okay. Now what I've forgotten to do is I forgot to add the ribbon. So here we go. So I've forgotten to add the ribbon, so I will add that right now. And that goes up about 1 inch from the bottom, which is like so. And then just press down. It looks pretty straight to me. And then I'm going to add my sentiment. So on a scrap piece of Whisper White, I cut out, this is about, I usually what I do is stamp. This, I can tell you that this is Okay, I started out with a piece that's about 5/8 of an inch wide, and then I used a long strip and I stamped it, and then now I'm cutting it. So I'm going to use my paper snips, and I'm just going to cut down the center and then from each corner in. And same on the other side. Okay, so you leave about an eighth of an inch on each side. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some more dimensionals to the back of this. Clean up my mess. So what I'm doing is just adding 3. And then you just center this. And I'm going to add a glue dot so that ribbon doesn't move around on me. Just going to slip that underneath. And there we go. Oh. Just going to make sure that your ribbon is straight. There we go. So that's all set up and straight. Now I'm going to add my Wink of Stella. Shake it. And then I'm just going to go over. It just adds a little something. A little sparkle. It's hard to see it, but can really see it, when someone opens up their card and sees that. It's just lovely touch. So simple to apply also, right? And then all the way around the middle. So that really brings the ink out. It's quite lovely. So there you go. So that's our card for today. Maybe you can see it, I hope, a little bit. You can see the Wink of Stella. It's quite a lovely card. And what I did is on the inside, I stamped the thank you. Sorry for the noise. The thank you, and then for your kindness. And then just stamp the daisies on either side in the Wisteria Wonder ink pad. So I hope you enjoyed this card, and please subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.